Very precarious. Hi, I'm a little hippie. And I've been going through a lot lately. Life has really taken a nosedive lately. And I feel very, I feel very, I don't know. I feel very in between, in a weird in between place. And maybe I shouldn't be making this video, but this is what my channel is for. This is what I originally made my YouTube channel for. It was to, I guess, document my reading journey. And this plays into my reading journey, I think. Yeah, this video specifically plays into my reading journey because what I want to do today is I want to turn my phone off, which is what I film on, by the way. I want to turn my phone off all day today, and I want to read as much as I possibly can, and then I'll come back after that. There won't be any montage or anything, so this isn't a vlog or anything. I'm just checking in right now. And then I'll come back and I'll reflect on how I feel about that and to talk about what I read afterwards. Because I feel like I need to not get rid of social media because I think that is such a black and white way of assessing the core issue of consumption. Nobody just quits something that they're addicted to cold turkey, I don't think. Some people do, but for the most part, most people can't do that. You have to wean off of it. And I don't think it serves a purpose in this day and age to just completely get off of social media, to stop using smartphones. I don't think that is, I don't think that the tools are the issue, is what I'm trying to say. I think our attachment to them is the issue. So this is my attempt at lessening my hold on my phone, on social media, and getting more acquainted with boredom, with just reading and nothing else, without the distraction of my phone, without the distraction of anything else. Because right now I feel like being on social media, being on my phone is just making things worse. I want to make things better. So I'm going to give this a try. I'm going to turn my phone off all day and I'm going to read. So yeah, let's see how that goes. One more thing before I go. Whenever I feel like I want to get on my phone, I want to write or do an entry in my little journal. Hold on, I need to wipe the camera off. Very precarious. What I was saying before, let me turn this off. That's my heater, my space heater. So what I was saying before is that whenever I feel like I want to get on my phone, I want to get into my journal. So whether that means doodling, whether that means journaling something, whether that means just writing down, I want to get on my phone right now, but I don't want to do that. So that I'm doing something other than being on my phone, because I do feel as though like using my phone so much drains my creativity, and I'm a creative person by nature. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the phone off after I film this, and like I said before, I'll come back later with an update of like what I'm reading. I will be reading My Funny Demon Valentine, and if I don't end up reading that, I'll tell you what I read when I come back later this evening. I'm also reading The Stand Still. I'm so close to completing it, so I think I'll be finished with that by the end of the month. And yeah, I think I will read the Brothers Karamazov this year, which is, but yeah, I'll come back later with an update, so I'll see you then. Okay. Hi, it's the next day. I didn't finish filming last night. I didn't read a physical book yesterday. I did. I read a little bit of My Funny Demon Valentine. I think that's the whole the whole, yeah, My Funny Demon Valentine yesterday. I'll put it on the screen so you can see the cover. I read a chapter, really engaged, but I like it, and I'm like I mentioned, I'm really engaged, but I didn't read much physically, and I did end up turning my phone back on. But turning my phone back on so that I could listen to The Stand. I was starting to feel upset at myself because I wasn't reading as much physically as I wanted to. And I kind of had an attitude of like, oh, you're not reading, even though I had listened to like an hour and a half's worth of The Stand like earlier that morning. You know what I mean? Because, whether, like listening to audiobooks counts as reading, and it can bog you down just like reading anything else. The Stand is a long book, and I originally set out to read it in 4 months, but I'm going to read it in a month and a half. I have to be a little bit easier on myself because it's not like I'm just not reading at all. I am. I read so much every day. And, you know, no no marvel that, it's a little hard for me to get into physical reading even if it's a book that I am really enjoying and intrigued by. Um so yeah, I literally am like, I don't know, maybe like 80% through The Stand so far. So it's coming along very, very nicely, and that's what I did yesterday. I listened to a lot of The Stand. Um so yeah. Um and I did do a lot of journaling in here when I didn't want to pick up my phone, even though my phone was on. I still consciously tried not to be on it. So I journaled a lot in here. I journaled like a few pages in here actually. And I want to try to do this practice or keep this practice going forward, just so that I can spend less time on my phone, not necessarily throwing social media in the trash, throwing my phone in the trash, throwing my literal portal to the rest of the world in the trash. Like, I don't think that's a realistic thing to do in this day and age. I'm sure you could if you were really determined to, but I think the more rewarding route is just learning how to use it, and learning how to stay in touch with real life, even with your phone right next to you or within reach. At least for me, but I'm just trying to learn how to live with my phone, not necessarily without it. I'm on part 3 of The Stand now, so I think I'll be putting up a short little summary video, a little checkpoint video, of part 2 pretty soon here. I did want to try to start posting every day, but life do be life in, so I'm not going to do that anymore. If you're still here now, yeah, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to post probably once or twice, maybe 3 times a week now, but more consistently, just once per week. And I probably will begin to just film short so that I can continue. Um, so that I can continue posting every day, but I'll be posting every day via shorts. So yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a good evening. And most importantly, I hope you read a good book. And I'll see you when I see you. Bye.